Montgomery County, by the way, if you didn't know that. And we are a student coalition called MoCo for Change, Montgomery County Students for Change. I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we have going on here. So when I heard about Dr. Ford and her assault, what stood out to me was that she said when she was being assaulted by Kavanaugh, something that stopped him from completely taking her clothes off and raping her was the one-piece bathing suit she had underneath her clothes. And in the span of about 3 days, me and my friend here and a few other people in this organization, we got donations of lots of different girls' one-piece bathing suits, and we covered it in red handprints to represent the assault not only Dr. Ford went through, but that every single woman has felt in danger of, and that millions of women have gone through in America. I think it's important for us as students from Montgomery County to say that we as Montgomery County students do not stand or condone Brett Kavanaugh's actions. We stand in opposition and we stand in solidarity with Dr. Ford and every woman that has ever felt devalued.
I believe her! I believe her! I believe her!
It would have been easier to stay home, to keep my Metro money, to have taken a nap, done my homework, gone to a friend's house, but I'm here. I'm here because I'm annoyed that I have to be. I'm here because I have to be here because I know survivors. Because I spent my summer with 6 amazing women and 5 out of 6 of them happen to be rape survivors. Keep your theology off my biology!
Keep your theology off my biology! Keep your theology off my biology!
We are all here today because boys will not be boys. Boys will be held accountable for their actions just like everybody else. The thing that gets me most about all of this is that Dr. Christine Blasey Ford is required to have all the evidence in the world for this assault, this rape to be real. But Brett Kavanaugh didn't even have to go through an FBI investigation at first for people to believe him over her. They just believed that she was grandstanding, that she was doing it as a pawn for the Democratic Party. Seeing all of this, my initial reaction was to cry and to hide. Screw that too. We, as girls and as boys, are standing here today to acknowledge the fact that sexual assault is not okay and someone accused of it should not be in that building.
So we brought a sign out for people to write down their abusers and name them and know that you're not alone. I'm a wife, a mother, a daughter, and a sister, and also a survivor of rape and sexual assault.
Stop! Kavanaugh! Stop! Kavanaugh! Stop! Kavanaugh!
We are not small or weak or disgusting. We are brave and beautiful. I hope one day women and men get sexually assaulted too, in this country learn at some point that their experience with being hurt or by unwanted hands and words make them powerful enough to help someone else going through the same thing, and maybe tell someone about their own experience with sexual assault and harassment.
We believe her! We believe her! We believe her!
It's hard trying to survive in a society that constantly belittles our existence, fundamentally picks our personality apart, but worst of all, never believes us.
MoCo believes! MoCo believes! MoCo believes!
Today we stand here an ally to Dr. Ford, a believer in her experiences. The fact that Kavanaugh's confirmation is still on the table is a slap in the face to all women and to all sexual assault survivors.
So I want every single one of you guys to actively support and believe and encourage your survivors in your life, because they are the strongest people that you know. And if you are a survivor, just know that we believe you, and not only that, but we support We are Montgomery County Students for Change. We are from Montgomery County, Maryland, where Brett Kavanaugh is from, and we do not stand with him.
Leave women!
Believe women!
Leave women!
Believe women!
Leave women!
Believe women!
If a judge is supposed to serve in the Supreme Court for the rest of their life, their whole life should show how they're going to serve. Their entire life should reflect what they're going to do.
We believe
Montgomery County Students for Change, and we do not claim Brett Kavanaugh from Georgetown Prep.
So imagine, and I know some of you don't have to imagine because it actually has happened to you before. Imagine that you were sexually assaulted. I know. Anyone here, you don't have to be a girl, anybody could be sexually assaulted. Imagine that something as terrible as that happened to you, and you thought about it, and you were guilty about it, and you felt pain about it, and then finally, you found the courage to come forward and tell the world that it happened to you. Now picture that the person you had the trust to tell told you that you were remembering it wrong, that you were mixed up. This is what the politicians and people of America told Dr. Ford when she came forward and told the entire world about her sexual assault. And I know that this country can do better. I know that in Montgomery County Public Schools, if I were to tell a trusted adult that something like that happened to me, they would never say that I was mixed up, or that I was in the wrong, or that I was looking for attention. Nobody wants to be in the position where they would have to tell someone that they were sexually assaulted or raped. So why are the politicians of this country pretending that that is an okay thing to do and that you can defend people who are accused of sexual assault? It is ridiculous. And
We believe you.
Right here, you got the U.S. Army veteran. Okay. Boys will be boys, but they're not going to get away with it.
This essentially is a direct threat to our democracy as it undermines the ideas of checks and balances. That if a president is doing something corrupt, as we all know is happening, if a president is doing something corrupt, which we all know is happening, Brett Kavanaugh is saying that this president should not be bothered to go, that is the word he used, bothered to go through trials and hearings and investigations. And this is something that is personally very concerning to me.
We are here today because we don't want history to repeat itself. We are here because we're trying to end this vicious cycle against women. I want to take a moment to say, I was not alive when Anita Hill spoke out, but I didn't forget her when I first heard about her, and I'm not forgetting her now. We gotta remember our woman. If a woman has enough courage to speak out, that means something. She isn't just doing it because she wants attention. Like I said before, what kind of attention is she getting? She's getting death threats. She's scared for her life. Where's the empathy? I feel like we've forgotten how to have empathy for people who speak out against traumatic experiences that happen to them. People say innocent until proven guilty. Yes, that is the process, and yes, that is the law, and yes, I believe in that law. But when a woman comes out and she speaks with such dignity, such honesty, and such eloquence about something traumatic that happened to her, that affects her, that she thinks about every single day of her life, there's nothing wrong with believing in her. I want everybody to know there's nothing wrong with believing in survivors. I play field hockey, I swim, I play lacrosse, but above all that, I am a woman. If you are 18, register to vote. It is imperative that at this time we take a stand and use our voices because people are listening to us. Make your voices heard. Because a person is a person no matter how small, and we will vote them out.
We still believe Hill! We still believe Hill! We still believe Hill!
If you
notice someone who works with children and you even get a bad vibe from them maybe, you feel that something's off the way that they interact with the children, whether it's a hand on the shoulder or around the waist, it's always better to say something and to speak up and bring the matter in question to attention of those who can do something about it than it is to assume that you yourself are overreacting, because in the end, the same man could go on to commit significantly greater offenses against women that you know or yourself.
Thank you to the people who believe us, who believe women, who believe sexual assault victims. Thank you.
We cannot allow our government to enable misogyny and toxic masculinity so long as we live. What good is this FBI investigation going to do when it's going to last less than a week and then the Republicans are going to rush through his vote anyway? I ask this because what justice will be served under these conditions? None. Woo! So that's why we must remember that voting is not the end-all be-all. There are other ways to get involved and hold our politicians accountable. Call your representatives, go to town halls, canvass for your political candidates, and make sure that the people that you elect to office, the people who get into those positions and represent you, fight for young. And all of us are not too young to feel the wrenching gut feeling in the pit of your stomach when you know there's someone behind you. You're not too young to learn to carry keys in between your fingers or to learn to knock windows to know that there's someone falling behind you. You are not too young to feel afraid everywhere you go, to learn how to carry mace and to learn how to punch. We are not too young to feel those feelings and to know how that feels and to know what it's like to live never safe, but he was too young to have consequences, and I want someone to tell me why that is. Woo!
My body, my choice. My body, my choice. My body, my choice. Enough! Enough is 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 enough!